You got an echo too there.
I don't know who that is.
I'm in an earbud, so.
All right, it says we're live. So there we go. Right. I got nobody in the chat, so I'm hoping I got the right chat up here. Let me pull up another one to be on the safe side. Pull that out of there. Pop out chat, because I like going on the other page. So all right, I'm just organized here. Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, depends how you look at it. I'm running late because two of my cousins were here today cleaning my house for me, and they only left around 6:30, so I got all behind schedule. Anyway, welcome from the crossroads of America. 1 hour talk show, Shooting with Disabilities. We talk guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. Answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I got a Patreon page and PayPal and all that other good stuff. All the links are down below in the info section. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. First in was Patriot in the Dark, then Sabrina, Raphael, Dead Horse are in the chat. People are starting to trickle in now. That's my panel. I've got a Patriot in the Dark. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Sabrina.
Then we got the one and only Squibload. He must be busy. Then we got Guns and Barbecue. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Rick. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's it on the panel so far. Oh,
you've got mail.
The Gun Snob and Southpaw RX has joined us. So that's looking good. And what else am I looking for? YouTube has notified me that I'm live. Thank you. I already know it because I'm the one who pressed the button, you ass. But that's okay. Okay. Shooting with Disabilities. I'm going to be honest with you guys, with my two cousins here, yakking all day long. I mean, they got here around 10 this morning, and they didn't stop talking all day long and kept interrupting me. I was sitting here in my little computer room trying to stay out of their way. And they kept yelling at me, asking me all kinds of questions and shit. I didn't get anything done, anything researched. So I hope you guys got a topic. Or what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the dreaded, not my president? Or do you want to talk about something else? It's up to you. Hey, New York Outcast, how you doing?
All right. How you doing, guys?
All right. Oh, we got Travis T. Midnight Range has joined us. 2 Live Moo. So any of you got a topic you want to bring up? I told you of my reasons for not having one.
No,
what?
No, the only thing I was going to do is just give away a bunch of stuff, but you can wait.
Okay. I mean, the one thing I did do when I was sitting here in my room here is I found out that my insurance will pay 80% towards a lift chair. A recliner that lifts you up for, if you have trouble getting up out of a chair. I don't know how much they cost. So I got to figure out what the prices are and figure out what 20% is. See whether I can.
I believe they're $1,200 to like $1,600 for a cheaper one I've seen.
So we're looking at what, $200 or $300?
Probably, yeah. I mean, you might safely want to say, $1,500, $1,600 or something for one. But definitely look around. I seen that at a furniture outlet store, had a couple out there on display for something like 1,400.
Yeah, I mean,
Somewhere.
I've got one that my aunt gave me. You know, it was old. It was my uncle's before he died. I mean, so it's old, wore out, but it works. So I'm just checking to see if I can do it. But then also I checked about. I'm also covered for home help after my surgery, like somebody coming in to do therapy. You know, see if I'm okay, make sure the wound is healing, and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm entitled to that, and I was checking on that for this thing, but that was about it, really. Oh, Sabrina got. Sabrina had to sub again. Oh man, they're even doing that to me now, huh? You know, I haven't, far as I can tell, I haven't been unsubbed from anybody that I sub to that I know of. You know, so there we go. Or maybe there is, and I haven't seen him in that person in so long that I've forgotten about it. I don't know. But you know, YouTube will be YouTube. It's still the biggest person on the block, isn't it? I.e., in reach. Even though everybody's saying we need to get off it and go to these other platforms, by all means, set up an account if you want. But I personally feel that if you're trying to, it depends what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to pump out videos, you know, gun videos, and that's all you're interested in, you're not interested in making any money off of them or anything like that, then by all means. I mean, I know you're not making any money on YouTube per se, but there's a chance that you can. And there is channels that actually somehow slip through the system and actually earn money off of this. So I don't know. They say, you know, I mean, I'm not denying that, you know, people have been suppressed and everything else, but there's also YouTube channels that are being successful on YouTube within the guidelines that YouTube is trying to set for us. You know, Travis T said, I've been unsubbed to channels I've watched regularly. See, I never have. I don't know why. Maybe I'm lucky, you know. Maybe I got a name that they like.
It's happened to me, but it's happened with all sorts of stuff, not just gun channels. There's been other content that I've been unsubbed from, so I think it might just be something with the algorithm or whatever they do in the first place.
Okay. I mean, I sub to a lot of stuff, not gun related, you know. Believe it or not, you know what one of my biggest subs I sub to is I sub to farming channels. Not huge farms, people that have small farms, you know, just a few, you know, maybe 100 acres or less, and make a success out of it around the country. I find it fascinating. I mean, I'm too old to do that kind of shit now, but I would have loved to have done it. But there we go. Just record the cats all day. Yeah, I would make a fortune if I just done that all day. Oh, they were all upset today because, you know, my cousins, besides cleaning the house, they literally half of my furniture was outside because they moved everything out to clean everything, then put it all back, and so the cats didn't know they were coming and going. It was it was strange. But one of my friends that I meet down at the diner, told me that I can come. He lives maybe 6-7 miles away from me. And he said that I can come down there. He said behind his garage, he says he's got still targets all set up. He's got a shooting range back there. He said, I hardly ever use it. He said, you're welcome to come by, use it anytime you like, whether I'm there or not. So I thought that was very nice of him. So another avenue. I'd rather shoot when he's there because it's fun shooting with other people around. You know, you can BS while you're doing your thing. So that might be something to look into in the new in the months ahead after my surgery. So that's, you know, because hopefully I'll be able to, with this new brace that I'm wearing, and it helps with the back a hell of a lot. I'll be able to walk better and be able to stay on my feet longer. This is what I'm hoping for. But if the surgery on my hip replacement goes as good as the last one, then I should be sweet. But I mean, if they fuck it up, then I'm in trouble. So, Kingpin's out in the chat. How you doing, Kingpin? So, that's about all that's happening with me right now, I think. Anything else? Oh yeah, I got to go for my. I got to stop taking some of my medication tomorrow, because they want it out of my system leading up to the surgery, because some of the medication I got does cause. I'm not on blood thinners, but some of the medication I'm on causes, could thin your blood, and so they want me off it just in case. And one of them is a painkiller I take. I think that really, I don't think it's got because it's a thinner. I think they want me off it because it contains aspirin. So so for the next week I'm going to be miserable because I'm going to be in pain because I won't be able to take that medication to take the edge off. But hopefully it'll only be for a week. Then should be almost pain-free in my hips and legs and knees. It's going to be so great to have that pain, because I remember when I had my left done, how much pain my left leg was in, from my hip down to my knee, because my leg's twisted sideways. My knee hurts all the time, and I said my left leg, my knee doesn't hurt at all anymore, except I say not anymore. With the arthritis, it does. But I can tell the difference. I mean, my left knee right now, it's because of my right hip. Because I talked about this on Saturday. My foot sticks out sideways almost. Like if you were walking like Charlie Chaplin. If anybody remembers him. I don't know how old you guys are. But my foot sticks way out sideways, and I can't put it straight, so it put an awful bunch of crap onto my knee. Anyway, that's enough about me. What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, you can talk politics if you want. I'm ignoring it because if I don't see it, it ain't happening. As far as I'm.
Well, I was out this past weekend shopping for gun safes. Well, first I was looking for an AK at my local shop, and I should have bought it last month when they had it. I knew I'd regret it. But anyway, so I was really looking for AKs and got into shopping for a new safe and whatnot. And I was down at a new big box retailer, because that's the only place really around here that does have safes, is the big box retailers. And I'm talking to the kid behind the counter, real good kid, real honest with you, because they actually had an AK, and it was a Century, one of the who's he what's it's, and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't get it. I was like, yeah, I already knew that, but I appreciate your honesty and whatnot. And I asked him, what they had in for ammo, and he started laughing. He said, we've got 4 boxes. I was like, yeah. And he said it was all Grendel ammo, which kind of struck me. I was like, really? So I might start looking for a Grendel upper for one of my ARs.
No. There you go. Oh, there's a question. There's a disability question in the chat for Kingpin. It's from Kingpin, and it's for Patriot in the Dark and Guns and Barbecue. They want to know how you sign your name. Now, you got to sign a document with your name. How do you do it? I mean, because I'm not trying to be funny. You can't see it. So how do you do it?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first because I'm really intrigued to hear your side, Patriot, because I still have that little bit of vision left. So if I'm somewhere and the people realize, oh, he's got a blind cane in his hand, they'll be nice enough to make the X next to where I have to sign very large, which helps out immensely. There's other times where if I have somebody with me, I'll ask them, hey, can you put my finger on the space or next to the space where I have to sign? Then I kind of figure it out from there. I also had seen this thing where they make a card. It's almost like a credit card, except it's got a box cut out inside it, and you can actually have somebody place that on the line for you, and you use that to sign, and it keeps your name and everything nice and linear to the line. Because one problem I have had in the past is I think I'm signing across the line, and I'm going at a 45-degree angle and stuff.
Okay. All right. What about you, Patriot?
Well, I am kind of old, so I've been signing my name since I was a kid. So signing names is anyone can sign your name. I mean, you should be able to sign your name with your eyes closed. But I have used a stencil, the little credit card stencil. I've actually filled out 4473s with that same stencil, because if you put the corner of that little box, it's about a 1/4 inch tall by just a little bit shy of the width of it, obviously, because it's cut out of a credit card. You put the corner in, where the checkbox is, and you just, it's thick enough where you can kind of feel it and stuff. But that's if it's an official paper. Receipts, signing, at restaurants and stuff like that, that's pretty easy. They're all pretty much in the same position. And then obviously you just line it up. You feel the bottom of the paper so that you know that you're going in the right direction. If it is a bigger form where I have to sign, sometimes I'll use like a letter or whatever, and papers that you sign are square. So if you use like just a piece of mail, line it up on the edge of the paper, then obviously it's straight across, and then you just sign above it or whatever. So there are a lot of different ways. If I'm with somebody and it's something that's specific and I have to sign it because it's official, I do, I will just put my finger at the beginning of where I sign, and if it's a narrow line, they say keep it short, or, whatever the size or whatever, but it's really not a big deal. And it's hilarious going to, back when you could actually go to stores and all that stuff. But when you pay with a card and the lady goes, well, you can sign with an X or a smiley face or whatever you want. It's like, are you retarded? No, you need to sign this damn thing, because I don't want some little ass kid stealing my stuff and coming in here and just putting an X on it and you blowing it off. You're supposed to be checking this shit, but that's something else. But yeah, as far as just signing stuff, like those forms, especially the first time I did a 4473 when I was blind, it took a minute. You had to have, obviously the two guys, witness and that kind of stuff. And then have a reader, and then, you answer it and they're watching that you answer it, and it's not somebody else just marking the stuff for you or whatever. But yeah, I've always done, rather do it myself anyways. I don't like, but yeah, signing your name, you should be able to sign your name without looking at it. You should have enough practice to be able to sign your name. I'm sure there's people that obviously, if you've been blind forever, that might not, know that, but I'm sure that, it's practice just like anything else. But
That's
Yeah.
not what Kingpin meant. What he meant was, does Gunston Barbecue actually spell out the word barbecue, or does he abbreviate with BBQ? And can Patriot actually?
Oh, yeah.
Can you actually spell the word Patriot?
Yes. I actually put
Oh,
all, I put the little star above the I too. So
Yeah, I'm lazy. I shorthand everything.
I
Sorry, what's
didn't
that?
interpret that question that way. No, there we go.
But yeah, I'm lazy. I shorthand everything, so it's definitely BBQ.
So there you go. You got both ways of doing it. Thanks, Squib. So Squib was right. I was wrong. Okay. So there you go. We got an answer both ways of doing it.
I got a quick question for you, Squib. You haven't been around, or I haven't been able to talk to you. When you're buying, I don't know if you guys can hear that alarm in my ear. When you're buying 7.62 by 39, right, and you get, Russian ammo or whatever, corrosive or not, right, and so you find 1,000 rounds or whatever odd number that they pack spam cans with, right, 1,200 or whatever it is, 1,120. What, besides having it in a spam can, is there any? Why would they charge 3 times as much for a spam can unless it's something that's rare? Is there really a big difference? I mean, besides having it in the original spam can, and that's cool or whatever.
I couldn't tell you. I don't buy the stuff. That would be a Squib question.
Uh,
I mean, if you're shooting it, regardless, if you're just going to shoot it, it's not a bit, I just, I didn't see, because I just bought say 1,000 rounds or something, and it was like 350. And then 3 days later, in a spam can, instead of 1,000 rounds, they had 1,120 from PSA or whoever, and it was $6.99. Now if it's brass or whatever, I mean, obviously there's little nuances or whatever. I just didn't know if there was something, if it's both milsurp ammo, if there's any big deal, or it's just that it's cool because it's still in a spam can, or it might be a rare spam can.
I've never bought a spam can of ammo in my life.
Okay. I just came across it and I was like, well, wait a minute. It's for, 120 more rounds, paying, over twice as much. It didn't seem, one was, the stuff I got was Russian, and this was whatever it was. It's at PSA right now for $6.99 instead of $7.99 or something. But I didn't know. I mean, if it's something that's rare or something like that, because I know ammo's collectible too. But
I mean, I collect ammo. If I bought a spam can, I probably wouldn't open it just because I like to collect it. But I think you just answered your own question. PSA.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of them. I've shopped there online and at stores. The store is entirely different. It's like night and day. But I'm not a big fan of PSA.
All right.
I think there's something with the pricing there, because I've looked at them not long ago, and they had them. They were selling them in the can, like you're stating. They were also selling them in a sealed package. Might have been PPU or something. Another brand was off in a other package, basically like strange lots. And the pricing seemed to be a little bit more, obviously more if there was like clips on the ammunition for anything belt fed or whatever, but it wasn't that drastic of a swing. So I think maybe just, you were looking at a reasonable price to a modern crazy price or something, so maybe it is a PSA thing or something, but the price difference, to my knowledge, from what I've seen not long ago, there wasn't that big of a difference.
And I will say, I think the PSA, there was some that were on stripper clips. So there might have been like 40 boxes or something that had stripper clips or something. I can't remember. It was just such a drastic change, because I mean, stripper clips, yeah, that's cool, but most people don't even use, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wondered because it caught my eye because it wasn't just PSA. I don't know if who else had it, but there was a one that I came across, and then the PSA came through an email or something. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
Midnight Range says, I think the spam cans are a novelty and increase value mostly. But they are sealed and kind of last forever in a normal environment.
yeah, it's kind of like buying, Lucky Ammo used to sell those where you would get, your ammo can and, a couple boxes inside it or whatever.
Well, a can of spam will last a while.
But spam can, yeah, is sealed, and it's, it's something that is kind of cool. Because I know there's all different kinds and different places and all that stuff, and all weird marketing.
Spam cans aren't like they used to be. I remember as a kid, when you get spam, it used to have that key that you hooked into that strip of metal and went around the can.
Yep.
Not like they are today. So
today they got a pull tab.
Yeah.
Unless you have the old ones.
Remember those spam cans? Or I'm just an old fucker.
Just like the anchovy can.
Didn't they? You have to roll the key thing to peel the top back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're before me, but I've seen them.
Are you trying to say I'm old?
No.
Yeah. So I got a question. I know I wasn't trying to stay off of political stuff, but they want open borders. They don't want no wall. So why do they need 25,000 troops and a wall around the Capitol? If walls and
Optics.
and troops don't work.
Optics.
No. So they work, in other words. So walls and plenty of border patrol works. So I'm just curious. So anyway, moving on. I was just something I was thinking about today. I was ranting about that today down at Deb's Diner, and the couple of old boys in there who I know are staunch Democrats. They just got up and walked out.
That troublemaker Rick always causing trouble.
Yeah, he's only been here a couple of years and he's causing trouble already.
This youngin. All those old guys down there saying, yeah, this young guy comes in and stirring up trouble.
Yeah.
They give you too much trouble. I'll go down there and have lunch with you.
No.
We'll set them straight.
I wasn't keeping my voice down. Let's put it that way.
In a couple of weeks, you'll be able to go in there and they'll say, oh, this young guy, him and his new hip always starting trouble.
Yeah.
All right. So what time is it? What do we got here?
It's almost 7:30. So you got a quiz?
No, I just got a giveaway.
All right.
There's two. I'll wait for the second one, but the first one is a Patriot 1776 project that's been going for 4 months now.
Yeah.
This is the second drawing. In the first drawing, you had Guns and Barbecue one and Travis T, and you had old Pancakes and Paul Blind Soup for the Soul and Jade Schaefer, I think. Is that right? There's only 5, I think, were on the first drawing, right? And so there was a total of 13 packages, and I've got 2 people that won. So, yeah. So, Mr. Let me see here, DM Foss, he's actually been on the list. I think it was he came in the day of the drawing of the first drawing, I think. And the second person was actually, I believe, the very first person that put one in, but he actually did it as a comment and put a link and all that kind of stuff just in the comment section. And that is Brass Hard 762. So those
Okay.
two gentlemen, just send me an email with your address, and you'll get the huge package that does have the Second Amendment Foundation membership. And since there was only two out of all this, I'll probably throw in some extras and maybe hit up the original winners and throw in something extra too. Because there is, I was saving, the big, huge, fancy thing that, depending on what state you live in, whoever I thought was the best one was going to have like an extra grand prize thing. But I thought I could decide on that, and then I got to figure out where they live. I know where most of them live, so. But yeah, they'll get the same kind of thing, Constitution and coins and all that other miscellaneous stuff or whatever. But so as of today, second drawing, January 20th, was DM Foss and Brastard 762. I think that's it.
All right. Is
Are
that
you
it?
in the bathroom? That barbecue guy, always trying to take the scene in it.
All right. Any other? So that's it.
So that's the first one. The $100 one will wait because I'm still counting. I got like 11 people in that one.
No.
That's the one that if you went over to Odyssey and made your little account and then followed me and left a comment, which I had a lot of people follow, but there wasn't as many comments. So whoever out of that list, I'll have you just randomly pick a number, and then I'll pull it up and see who it is. But we'll do that later, so they have to wait and listen to Squib complain about.
No, well, Squib dropped out.
Oh,
Whether he was bored with the conversation or he was working, I'm not sure which. Yeah, well, he does that. If the conversation he's not interested in, he'll drop out of a chat. So there we go.
So yeah, just email me at patriotdark@gmail.com and I will get that out. It does take me a minute because I print everything and I shove it in there. And then, especially with the packages, I have to actually go to the post office. The other ones where I skimp out and just shove them in envelopes and stuff, I can sucker the mail carrier to do it. But otherwise, I'll just stuff it up and send them out. But there will be some extra stuff since only two people took that extra effort, and then the original 5 will probably get some extra stuff too. Just because that's how I roll.
That's how you roll, huh?
That's it. Yeah, and if you haven't checked it out, go over. There's a playlist with the videos in there. Yeah. And if you want to do them later on too,
I got a question for you guys. Right? Hang on, let me find out where it comes under. Because I got my little book today. Or was it yesterday? Of the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of Independence. I think it cost me $1.50 or $1. It was under $2. I know that much. With free mailing, free shipping. My question is here in section. Hang on, what section am I in? Section 8 of the Constitution. Part of it goes on about what you can do and can't do, and what it basically goes on about. Hang on, where is it? The Section 8. I said about what Congress can do, like collecting taxes, duties, imposes, and excises, and all that kind of stuff. Then it goes on, can coin money, right? Can punish piracy and felonies committed on the high seas, declare war, grant letters of marque, all that kind of good stuff. Here's the thing. Now, I was trying to. Was it in the now? Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I read it in the. Was it in? Is it in the bill? Is it in the Declaration of Independence or at the beginning of the Constitution? It says about we can rise up and change the government if we don't like it. But here in this section, it says the Congress is to provide forth for calling forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union, suppressing insurrection and repelling invasions. So one of us says we can change the government. The other one says, no, you can't, because the government's going to squash you. Or am I misreading it? That's got you stumped, ain't it? You're all pulling out your little booklets, having a look now. So can we overturn the government? Because it says here the government can quell our actions. So there we go. In other words, you're not going to be able to. In other words, you ain't going to be able to overtake the government without a fight. So, because they're not just going to roll over and step out the way and let you take over.
Well, I don't think that would ever happen, anyways.
No.
The being the two, you're talking about the Declaration is one thing, but the thing as far as Congress, them calling forth the militia and stuff, that's if there's crazy people running around or whatever. But I think that deals with the military.
Well, they called January 6th an insurrection.
Yeah, but they call a lot of things things that they don't use words right.
I mean, that's a dangerous thing to say. That something was an insurrection when it really wasn't.
I have a question, because are there cars and businesses burning right now in Washington like there was in 2017?
No. You can't even get. I mean, I don't think you can get to a car to burn it.
Because they were blocking, entrances and checkpoints and trying to block and stop everything, and so that was.
I believe in 2017, 100 people were arrested and 2 died. Right?
Well,
for Trump's inauguration, that is.
It's okay for them to do it, but it's wrong for us to do it. So there you go.
Well, there's a big difference, and I don't really want to go into that whole thing, but if you did watch it today, you've seen a lot of the quote unquote Republicans, being friendly with their buddies, and so that there is.
I didn't watch it. I refuse.
Anyway.
He's not my president. I don't care if you say he is. He's not, as far as I'm concerned. He's not a legitimate president. And I read somewhere again, I think it was Pelosi again, spouting off about, Trump doing his, spewing his false statements of voter fraud when there was not voter fraud ever proved, So, I just can't, I can't listen to it anymore. I find it sickening to listen to it. And I find it really amazing. I mean, is the other side, am I being wrong, or is the other side that blind to see what's going on? I've gone on about this. I'm going to shut up. Let's change subject. We can, ain't nothing I can do to change it right at this particular moment. But I don't plan on rolling over and doing things easy. Oh, what I was saying here, when my 2 cousins were going, when you go down to Deb's, do you wear a mask? I said, hell no. They go, why not? I said, why should I? I'm going down there to eat. I can't see no point in wearing a mask. If I got COVID or somebody's got COVID, they walk in with a mask on. They take that mask off to eat while they're in that room there. So while that mask is off, I'm more likely being affected anyway. So what's the point of wearing it? So there we go. It's the way I look at it. It's the way I roll. If I was cantankerous enough and had big kahunas, when I go for my surgery on Thursday, I would say, I ain't wearing no goddamn mask, But then again, I'm more likely you won't be sure. They won't replace my hip if I don't. So, they can make it kind of, they can make it kind of force you into doing it. But I did see that one of the executive orders today, here's a question you guys might be able to answer for me, because I'm not very intelligent, I don't think. Because he signed an executive order to make it federally mandated wearing of masks on government property, which he can do being federal. But also interstate travel. Now, how in the hell is that going to work?
He really only has the authority to cover trains that cross state lines, highways, federal highways. So he could have a federal policeman at a border on a highway and arrest people for not wearing a mask.
So what you mean is I'm sitting in my car, minding my own goddamn business, driving along, and I'm on an interstate, which are mainly all federal, right?
Yep.
And I'm coming up to a state line. I got to pull over on the hard shoulder where the shoulder says no stopping unless in an emergency. So I'm breaking the law there by stopping to put on a mask to draw over an imaginary dotted line on a map.
I don't think that's really it, but I think it's for ports, trains, interstate commerce. So I don't think they're going to be pulling people over on highways, but yeah, basically if you're crossing the state line, yeah. He didn't have much authority.
That is asinine. I personally think. But he's given him, there's been 20 million vaccines given out as of today, I believe, since they started rolling them out. Biden has promised the American people that he'll have 100 million done in 100 days. So he's going to be doing 1 million a day. Is he promising too much, or do you think is that feasible?
I think it's doable. You had Cuomo that was, threatening to arrest CBS for taking people that wanted to get it done versus, trying to find the people above 85 years old in healthcare. So, I think, first of all, you try to get the older people, you try to get the people in healthcare, but you got to just get people that want to do it, right? Those are going to be the quickest way to get up to 100 million.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
Wasn't there a state that was doing the prisons? I
I
heard that they were pulling through and saying, well, we got to get through the prisons.
Yeah, there's a handful of states that say prisons have got to be done first for anybody else.
What's better than releasing them, right? I'd rather have them get COVID pills or shots in prison versus releasing them and put them on the public.
I think they should have done the shots for the ones in prison before they released it to everybody else. Wasn't that what they're supposed to be? I thought they missed that up, and it was supposed to be their testing.
It's all screwed up anyway. But I don't know. But talking about at the beginning here, when I said I watch farming channels, I watched one old guy. He's about my age or whatever, and he calls himself a cowboy because that's what he does. He works cattle, right? He said this stuff about the vaccine. He said they're making such a he goes, they're making it so difficult. He goes, you go down to Chicago or one of these big cattle feeding lots. He said you have guys in there who are vaccinating animals all day long. They do hundreds of thousands of cows a day. He said just herd the people through there, just like you do the cattle, and let those guys do it. Jab them all in the arm. He said we'll be done with it in no time at all.
They're doing that in California, in Anaheim, and Disney World. You know how that big parking lot? They're just having people run through that big ass parking lot with 20 lanes going in and 20 lanes going out, hitting them all as they come through.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember. Now this is how old I am. Now I was in a military, not military school. I was in a DOD school, Department of Defense school, on a military base. I think I was either in 4th or 5th grade. And when they used to give you your vaccines, we all line up down the hallway, and there's a guy. He's got like an air gun, and he just bops your arm back, and the next person walks on back. He's just shooting everybody as they walk past with his air gun needle for vaccines. I mean, that's how we used to do it when I was a kid.
When you go in the army, you go in the army, they bump you. You feel like a bumper ball going in the pinball machine. Bam in your arm, bam in your other arm, bam in your lower arm. And when I went to Desert Storm, I got hit 20 times. That's all that Desert Storm flu.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I'm going back to 1969 now. My father was stationed in the Philippines, and we were going over there to live with him. I remember I had 14 shots, 7 in each arm, for certain whatever diseases you could get over in the Far East. You took it like a man. I said, I was back in the days when men were men, not like these whips we have today. So, your 2 new senators, they're well and well armed, have already done a U-turn on. They promised you $2,000 checks. They've already said that ain't happening. It's going to be $1,400. They've already gone back on their word, and they've only been sworn in for 2 hours.
What are they against?
No, the 2 new senators. The 2.
Yeah. Warnock and
in their speeches to get elected, they promised the Georgia people $2,000 stimulus checks. Right?
Well, I mean, I've never heard of a Democrat not taking enough money. I mean, what's the problem with them? What's their excuse?
But they're not giving you
600 out. It's still a total of 2,000.
So what I'm saying is you vote. I'm not saying you, but the mass amount of Georgia people who are Democrat, right, voted these people in, and they have already gone back on one of their promises. They're not even going to fight to get the 2,000. They
want 4,000 probably. They want 10,000, 100,000, right?
No. You're going to get less. You're going to get the 1,400 if that bill passes, right? But they promised, no, you're going to get 2,000. I know 600 plus 14 equals 2,000, but that isn't what they said in their speech. They said 2,000. When we come up there, you will get the 2,000. But then again, I think you're a secret Democrat anyway, Midnight Range. So, Anyway, I just happened to read a little article about it today. And I saw you in here, so I just thought I'll mention it. That your senators are already gone back on one of their campaign promises. So,
I mean, if somebody's been unemployed since March of last year, I mean, whether it's $600 or $2,000 isn't going to make a damn rat's difference.
Oh, I know that. But I was just pointing out that they've already gone back on one of the promises.
Yep.
You know? So that's all I was hinting at. But hey, that is typical of the Democrat Party. Right? They get all these people to vote for them because of what they're going to do for them. And they screw everybody in the ass, and the Democrats still love them. It absolutely baffles the hell out of me.
It's typical of both parties. I'll tell you the truth. I'm pissed at both of them. I don't see one difference in that whatever his name is that's in charge of the Senate and anybody else. I mean, I think Trump should have freed Julian Assange and let him wreak havoc over the Democrats for the next 4 years, releasing stuff and without impunity, because he's a journalist, first of all, and nothing but a journalist. He didn't hack anything. He never paid for any hacked documents. And, these trumped up charges should have been left out, and he should have been exonerated and pardoned.
Yeah, I think he should too. But in the rumor is that McConnell told him that he would make sure he got impeached if he did do it to him.
Absolutely. That's why I hate that McConnell. He's the worst thing ever. I mean, we need to get him out one way or another. Oh, I'm going to say one way or another.
He was sucking up to Biden all day today. You know?
Yep.
So, that's what I mean. It's amazing how he turned on Trump so fast. You know?
Oh, they all did, really, including his vice president.
What?
Including the vice president, yakking it up there, smiling and nodding over it, Biden the whole time.
Yeah.
Pence.
So, Snowden should have been pardoned as well. That's what Travis T said. There should have been. Hey, but Joe Exotic didn't get pardoned. So there you go.
The difference is in Snowden actually hacked and stole, and then he went to Russia. That's a whole different ball game. Julian Assange was a journalist. He was facilitating information from whistleblowers that could not get their information out any other way. He never hacked, and Snowden was a hacker. Big difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know, but I know, but don't they say what Snowden did, the people needed to know anyway, even though he did break the law?
Well, I mean, he could have gave it to Julian Assange and gone to jail, but for him to go to Hong Kong and then go to Russia and turn over those documents to Russia, no, that's not the way you do it.
Yeah, Kingpin says today's pardon list came straight from Jared and the daughter. That wouldn't surprise me. But Trump said he'll be back in some form. So, personally myself, I think that I can't remember what state it was where that congressman died before he got sworn in. The Republican, he was a newly elected Republican Congress. He won in his state. I think President Trump should go to that state, take up residency, run for that position, and get voted in as the congressman for that district, and go back to Washington in the House of Representatives, and just to be a pain in their ass. That's what I would do.
Well, if they got a Republican governor, he could just appoint Trump if he moved back into that state.
Well, no, because they have to hold an election because the guy died before he got to hold office.
Yeah, but I think you get to be appointed immediately until there's an election.
but the guy never got sworn in. So technically he was never a congressman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you could do that, but maybe you could. But that's what I would do if I was Trump. If I was going to keep on fighting, I would do that and say, I'm coming back as a congressman. Fuck you all. You know, and just be a pain in her ass inside the House, objecting to everything. You know?
I think he ought to get that WWF money and start his own social media channel and his own TV station and, you know, start out that way.
I don't know what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to be quiet, but he's got to come up with something to get the word out to people.
He could buy Blaze or OAN, one of those two news networks, and make it great again.
Yeah. I mean, it was. You can tell. I mean, we've all said that the news networks, you know, have all changed side. I mean, we all knew that Fox changed when they, you know, back on election night, even earlier, but they really showed their colors then. But they definitely told you who they're for today. They ran the Biden thing all day long. You know?
Has anybody stopped watching Fox? Has anybody? I mean, I bought Blaze, and it's not really a channel you can watch news in the morning. I found out. So then I loaded up OAN and Newsmax, and they're not really a hourly news show. You know what I mean? You can't really just sit there and watch your news like Fox or you know, something at least. I mean, if you know, there's a long line at the airport at, you know, because of a snowstorm. If you watch OAN or Newsmax, you're not going to find it at all on those two channels.
I agree with you. I mean, I don't watch Fox. I'll be honest with you. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I'll glance at it every now and then just to see what's going on. But it used to be like if I was messing around the house doing something, the Fox station would be on and I could hear it in the background. Mm-hmm. You know, now I don't even have the Fox station on. If I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm watching something, I'll switch to the Fox channel to see what's happening and watch it for maybe 10 minutes. Then say, well, that's a bunch of bullshit, and go off to something else. I decided,
I don't.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't have Fox on at all anymore.
No,
me either.
I get shitty when they come on and break on, because a lot of the radio programs I listen to, they'll break in and they'll do their little thing, because they used to do, you know, the quick, you know, 30 seconds of news in between, you know, whoever's on, you know, Rush or whatever, and it's just ridiculous because, you know, the garbages are telling you.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, I don't watch any of that. So I like Newsmax, but that's more of the one that, you know, you just hit. If you use the app, all that stuff is free anyways. But like the app, you can go through and you know, select which one you want to watch. I don't have time to just sit and let things play and all that nonsense fill your brain with mush, like, you know.
Patriot, have you loaded all the time anymore, but Crowd TV on your TV?
I'm sorry?
Have you loaded Crowd on your TV? Crowd TV app?
No.
Nope.
It's Crowd with a K, KROWD TV. You get both Newsmax and OAN free on that one app.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I use it on the phone, and I use those stupid robots all over my house. I keep the robots around my house so I can swear at them. So,
yeah. I just watch certain YouTube channels now. Get my info from.
I do want to bring up something. I do use the robots, you know, the little hockey pucks from Amazon and whatever. I won't say them because they're always listening anyways. But it's funny because you know, normally you can say, hey, play this or whatever, and you know, all the stupid little, you know, tricks they do. It's in the morning. I'll say, hey, play XYZ, and they'll say, okay, playing, and it's, oh, it's not available. It's like, what are you talking about? It's 24 hours, you know. And so then I'll throw on, you know, oh, play Grateful Dead on all the speakers, you know. It'll do that, and then I'll say it again, and they'll say, oh, okay, it's here. So, but it's funny because it's like any of the, you know, conservative talk radio, you know, and it'll oh no, that's not available right now. Or, you know, I listen to some other stuff as well, but it's just funny that you know, it's like, oh no, we can't find that. It's like on the phone, I can fling it right to it, but
Yeah.
otherwise, you know, if I ask it, you know, the Amazon bosses and Skynet aren't letting me listen to who I want to. So
Yeah, you have to go get to it. You have to ask for something else first, then sneak it in.
yeah, but they'll let you play any smutty song you want, though.
Yeah. You're right. Anyway, you want to do your next?
Yeah,
what? At 8:00.
Yeah, I have an email I'm going to send you, but I'm going to send it after you pick the number.
1 to 11.
Here. I think I got. Let me see. Yeah, 1 through 11, but don't do it like just pick a number. Like pick up or down. How do they do that? Whatever, you know, that weird stuff. Okay, wheel and one arm, pick top or bottom.
Okay, top.
Boy, that's easy. Okay, and is that it's just us three in here?
No, there's
Oh,
New York Outcast is here.
Rob is like sleeping over there.
Guns and
Wake up,
Guns
Rob.
Barbecue.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him. I don't care. Just give me a number 1 through 11.
Why did you ask for us to say top or bottom for?
Because I'm going to count from the top or bottom. But since I'm counting from the top, it's just 1 through 11. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I chose the number. That you should just go with the number I chose. Make life easy.
What number was that? I don't listen.
I didn't call it out yet because you told me not to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought of a number.
Uh-oh. Am I supposed to guess it?
No.
That's not that's a wrong game. You're not playing the right game.
No, I was going to choose, when you picked the number, I was going to say 7.
You were going to say 7. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Now I got to count to 7. Oh, man.
7
could do it.
You know, lucky 7.
Jerry Parker. Jerry Parker is the winner.
Jerry Parker. Well, I don't think he comes to my show.
He does. He's everywhere.
Is
He went on my show as well.
Oh.
Is that is that his screen name?
It's at Jerry Parker.
Okay.
It must be one of those guys. So if you're out there, just shoot me an email, Gmail, or whatever. You know the thing. You know the thing.
Yeah, patriotinthedark@gmail.com.
The thing. You know the thing. That's the thing.
The thing. You know.
Yeah, I'll throw out a. I'll put out a little.
Google, by the way, that's Google Mail. You know.
Yeah, shouldn't have that, but yeah.
I remember.
That's my PSA. So
go on. No, you go on.
You sure? No. Anyways, that was the people that went over to Odyssey and made their little free account, and I seen that even Clover is over there. Of course, I think he only went over there because Travis is over there, but Travis P11's over there. All sorts of good people, and the only reason I'm there is because our good friend Kingpin showed me it over there, and I think it's pretty cool because there's a couple little oddities about it.
Faulty cracker over there too.
But it's kind of cool if you use the LBRY app on your desktop. When you play a video, it downloads the video, so you can actually like back up some of your videos. Like my early ones, I don't have, and so I've backed them up now. So it's kind of cool. So. I don't know.
Now there you go.
Anyway, so Jerry, what did I say his name? Jerry Parker. Jerry Parker is $100 richer, and if you, all I ask is you try to use it locally. Don't use it to Amazon and all them other losers.
Parker? Parker, wasn't that the name of Lady Penelope's chauffeur in Thunderbirds? Wasn't his name Parker?
In that puppet show?
Yeah. Thunderbirds are a go. And Lady Penelope, who was the British spy who drove the pink Rolls Royce, wasn't his name Parker? The crook that she had for a chauffeur? Yes, my lady.
Could be.
But anyway. All right. I've only had, hang on, let me have a look.
Thanks everybody else for playing though. I appreciate it.
You are right. Jerry Parker has subscribed to my channel. I just got an email. So there you go.
Yahoo!
So
look at that. Congratulations.
I've got, let's see. Who we got? I got 1, 2. I got 2 entries to my quiz for this Saturday. You need to email me at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. You need to get it into me by 12 noon Eastern, the only time zone that matters. And the question is a real simple question from my swag pack. Was in the assassination of William McKinney, 1901, I believe it was. I want to know the make and model of the firearm used in the assassination. That's it. That's the question. Nice and simple. So email me at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it into me by noontime Saturday, and you'll be in the running for the flag pack. Okay. Let's get Guns and Barbecue. You got any plugs or shout outs?
No, nothing really. Make sure you go check out everybody that's on the panel. We had Kingpin out in the chat tonight. Be sure to check him out. Everybody's here's turning out some great content. Thank you for having me, Rick.
No problem. I'm glad you're here. Willed and well armed. Any plugs or shout outs?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a video on using fiber optic brushes to get back a brush finish on your pistol. Doing that this weekend and showing a couple pistols. So should be good, hopefully.
Okay, great. New York Outcast, you've been very quiet tonight.
Yeah, trying to get dinner down at the same time. So
okay.
My apologies.
Any shout outs or anything?
No, just thanks for having me and have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Now, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Patriot in the Dark.
Quiz back? Oh.
You know?
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this show. That's the only way I can give away stuff is to come on your show. I don't do that live stuff no more. I probably got some things coming out. I've been trying to get back in the swing of things. I took a little time off with the kid and the holidays.
I totally understand.
So I do have some things lined up, but I don't know how fun they are. But hey, just stay positive and make sure that you stay active and vocal and let people know if they aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing as far as our quote unquote fearless representatives and such.
Yeah.
Give them hell and don't let up. Even if they're not. I mean, there's a lot of ways of going about it as far as contacting them, but definitely stay active and poke and prod around your local area, your school districts, and the clerks, and see who's the weakest person there and knock them out and take over their spot. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and not only keep an eye on your representatives at state level and federal level. Don't just drop them a note when it's a 2A thing. I think keep an eye on them on everything, because there's going to be a lot of shit coming down, I think, that goes against the grain. You know, and we got to tell our representatives, you represent us, not your goddamn corporate sponsors. You know,
you definitely have to push those ones that get wishy-washy and are just part of the group and part of the good old gang or whatever you want to call them. You know, because that is the point that really needs to be pushed. But you know, also take some time with your family and unplug from all the garbage that we've had to put through the last month or two.
I mean, that's
take some time off and let your hair down if you're, you know, like Clover. He's got long hair, I think. I'm just messing with him.
I unplugged a couple of months ago from. I haven't done the morning chat for a long time with the guys. I dropped out of that because I was just getting burnt out. You know, so just keep an eye on the news and talk to you guys. That's keeping me sane, you know, if you want to call this being sane. So,
the other thing to mention, I think, what is it, Monday and Friday? Tony, the one and only Tony and Night Strike are doing the early watch reboot or whatever, reloaded, whatever it is. So I don't know how it's going or if they're taking some time off or whatever, but hopefully you'll check them out and jump on there and get some Tony opinions going.
Yeah,
that's what we need more of, I think.
Oh yeah. All right, I want to say thank you guys for being here, and I want to say thank you to John Brown Productions and Gun Loving Grandpa. We're calling it quits now. I want to say thank you all for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And where am I getting the echo from? You know? So I want to say, oh damn! I lost my chat now. Where in the hell is it? There it is. Yeah, I want to say thank you for being here, and I will be back again on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for Rick's Life as I See It. So good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, Sabrina. Woohoo!